Alice Cooper, one of the greatest rock and roll legends in music history. Picture this. It's 1974. You're at the peak of rock stardom. Your band just sold millions of records. You're touring the world, living the dream, and then something happens. But this isn't just about Alice Cooper. This is about the rarest achievement in rock and roll, and it happened right under our noses while everyone was distracted by the theatrical horror show on stage. They decided to break up, not because they hated each other, not because of drugs, money, or ego, but because they loved each other so much they did not want to destroy what they have built. This is the Alice Cooper story that nobody talks about, and perhaps is one of the greatest achievements in rock and roll history. In music, success breeds ego. Ego breeds conflict. Conflict breeds destruction. It's almost like the law of physics in the music industry. So when the Alice Cooper Band hit it big in the early 70s, everyone expected the same pattern to emerge. Here was a group that had stumbled onto something revolutionary. They weren't just making music, they were creating theater. Vincent Furnier had transformed into Alice Cooper, complete with guillotines, snakes, and mock executions. School's Out wasn't just a song. It became the anthem of rebellion for an entire generation. Kids would blast it on the last day of school like it was their personal declaration of independence. I'm 18 captured that awkward teenage anger so perfectly that it's still being played on classic rock stations 5 decades later. But here's what most people don't realize. Behind all that makeup and theatrics were 5 guys from Phoenix who really cared about each other. They weren't just bandmates who happened to work together. They were friends first, collaborators second. They'd known each other since high school. They'd struggled together in the early days, playing to empty clubs and sleeping in their van. When success finally came, it came to all of them. By 1974, the machine that was Alice Cooper was running at full throttle, maybe too full. They were recording constantly, touring relentlessly, and the pressure was immense. Glen Buxton, their lead guitarist, was struggling with health issues that were affecting his playing, and the constant grind was wearing everybody down. But here's where it gets interesting. Instead of the usual rock star drama, something different started to happen. The individual members began developing their own creative visions that couldn't be contained within the Alice Cooper framework. Michael Bruce wanted to explore different musical directions, and the others had their own artistic urges bubbling up. In most bands, this is where the knives come out. Creative differences become a personal attack. It's my way or the highway becomes the battle cry. Egos clash, lawyers get involved, and friendships die. Alice Cooper said in multiple interviews many times, when bands break up, they generally hate each other, and they don't want to talk to each other. We didn't hate each other at all. We actually loved each other. He went on to say, our band didn't divorce. It separated. The Alice Cooper Band didn't just break up peacefully, they revolutionized what it means to end a creative partnership. They proved that you could choose love over ego, friendship over fame, and legacy over lawsuits. There was no competition, no attempts to sabotage each other's success. It was collaboration by separation, everyone winning because everyone was free to be their best selves. 50 years later, I'm not talking about the Alice Cooper Band because of their breakup drama. I'm talking about them because they did something impossible. They ended amicably. I can't think of one band that had the success that the Alice Cooper Band had that broke up like that. Or should I say separated, not divorced. This is another reason why they've continued to work with each other off and on for no matter what the reason or cause for the last several decades. Well, I'm glad to see you guys made it through the video this far. Let me tell you a little bit about my journey with Alice Cooper. First, I'm a massive fan, mostly of his old stuff. And let me tell you how this came to be. In 1970-71, I was 7 or 8 years old. And I went to a friend of mine's house named Colin Preston, who had a teenage older brother who was 18 or 19 years old, and he had a basement where they had a band together, and they had all these records lying about. Now, I was familiar with some rock and roll artists at 7 or 8 years old, but at that particular time, you got to realize the Beatles and the Stones kind of just dominated everything. And because you had to purchase stuff, and of course at 7 or 8 years old, you ain't got a lot of money. You got to get what mom tells you to get. I saw the cover of the Love It to Death album, and I was like, what is this? And he put it on, and I liked it. I thought it was great, and I wanted to borrow the record. His brother allowed me to borrow the record because we were in school together. I mean, me and Colin were, and I took the record home. And the guy never asked for the album back, and I listened to the record, and of course my mom didn't like it because, let's face it, the cover of that record with all those guys didn't sound good. But Black Juju, that song absolutely just completely, when he yells, wake up, wake up, wake up, boom. I mean, I went in a trance during that song, and then I woke up, and I love that entire record. I mean, from side one to the last song on side two. That's how much I love that record. So when Killer came out, I had to have it. I had to cut yards. I had to do what I had to do to get that record, and I was not disappointed. And I thought Killer might have actually been a little bit better than Love It to Death. To me, they're neck and neck right there. The School's Out album, I never got it. I had the 45, and I never got the School's Out record. I don't know why. I can't remember why, but I always wanted it because I wanted the record with the desk. Maybe it was because I couldn't find the desk record in the store or something, the one with the desk, because they did print one that wasn't the desk, and they printed one with the desk. And then $1 Billion Babies came out, and I ended up getting that record. Okay, and then Muscle of Love came out, and I got that record, and then finally got the School's Out album. But I never heard any song off School's Out other than School's Out on rock radio. And once I got the School's Out album, I realized why. That album just is a big disappointment compared to Love It to Death and Killer. I mean, Love It to Death and Killer are here. School's Out album is down here. But then $1 Billion Babies went back up, and I enjoyed the Muscle of Love album. I think a lot of people didn't, but I personally enjoyed it. Crazy Little Child, I thought was a fantastic song. I just love that song to death. And I like the way they did the Man with the Golden Gun. And of course, as Alice tells it, they were going to do the James Bond theme for the Man with the Golden Gun. And then something happened at the last minute, but I enjoyed it. Big Hippo, I'm sorry. I'm getting confused here. But what I want to know is, what are your favorite Alice Cooper songs from the old days? I know a lot of people love Hey Stupid and Poison and Feed My Frankenstein and that kind of stuff from the new days. But if you're an older Alice Cooper fan from way back in the day, what are your favorite songs? What are your favorite albums? Have you joined the I Love Music Army? If not, we invite you to join us, where I read every single comment, and I would love to hear your Alice Cooper stories or favorite songs, because this is a very interactive channel, and we want to hear from you. I really, really enjoy it. So talk to me. Let's talk Alice Cooper. I'll chime back with you in the comment section. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Take care.